Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one. So today we're going over some of my favorite Beamng mods of all time. Most of these, every single one of these mods except for one, you can get from the Beamng website. So you go to Beamng, type in Beamng mods, and then it's like the one that has the Beamng logo. It's from Beamng, so you can trust it. It's basically the respiratory, except you can see everything. Like it's all the mods that are from Beamng and other creators, and you just download them from Beamng and it loads into your game and it's super safe. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about, basically this, you click this, not this one. This one I don't trust, but I did get one from there and I did get a virus. Okay, but this one is one I'm talking about. This is basically the respiratory and the other one all combined, and you can just see it and you can just click on it, load it into the game, and download it. It's super easy. All right, we're going to start off strong. This is one of my all-time favorites. Here is the name of it. All you do is type this in on the Beamng website, and it'll show up this, okay? So here it is. So this thing is pretty much just a dune kicker, but on steroids, and it has way better suspension for... I wouldn't say it has softer suspension, but if you're going on a big jump and the dune kicker bottoms out, this thing is going to land it no problem if you know how to maneuver in the air. Now, one thing I recommend, another mod I recommend you guys to get compared with all these mods is this right here. This is called the Car Stellar by Stefan 750. I have this version. I'm pretty sure there's a newer version, but basically what you can do is make more engine power. You can get better gear ratio. You can change the weight, make it heavier, lighter. You can change the stiffness of the parts to like break or whatever. You can make it stronger, so if you don't want parts to break as easy, it could just be immortal if you want. This thing is a must. So if you've ever needed something like this, then this is a must, okay? And with some immortal vehicles, like that one truck that's immortal, if you override this and disable self-collision, then it won't crash your game. Like, it won't pause the game for you. But what we're going to do is give it a little bit more engine power, about 2.2 times the engine power, and we're going to get a little bit more less gear ratio, because this thing is just capped at 80 miles an hour, and we want to go fast on these bumps. And as you can see, this thing takes everything like it's nothing. And it's still an amazing vehicle. I would say it's the better dune kicker. It's really that good. And once you get it yourself, you'll understand what I mean. This thing is an absolute beast when it comes to off-road. Like, look, it's just handling all of this. It doesn't even have mile. It's going 170 miles an hour. And it's going on these bumps like it's air. Okay, there's something big coming up here. Launch to the air. Oh, we missed landing. Okay. Bro, it's still an amazing vehicle. If you land, the landings, the wheel will not fall off. But you can see the suspension stayed, just the wheel fell off. Let's go over some more. So, this is called the... this is what it's called. But that's not the name. It's like 2020 something. This is another really amazing mod. They have some off-road versions like this one. We're going to use this version because it's a little bit heavier and you can handle the bumps a little bit better. Usually heavy is better for smoother riding. It's just how it is. And then again, I'm going to be using this because these things just don't have that much engine power. I mean, none of the mods really do. If you ever need a little bit more engine power, a little bit more torque, a little bit like anything, this thing will do it. I have no clue what that thing is on the back. I'm going to try to ignore it. But the good thing about this mod is, look on the inside. I mean, this thing's so realistic. It has things that go off when you crash, like safety sensors, and if you're about to crash into a car, it'll like brake. No, that's the other car, not this one. This thing is a beast for off-roading. It's kind of bumping up and down. But 212 miles an hour, it's a nice heavy SUV that can handle all your off-roading tasks for you. It's not the best off-roader, but it's still a crazy off-road vehicle. And it's just so realistic on the inside. Like, look at this. Look what happens when we crash with it. Sirens are going off. And the blinkers look amazing on it too. I love that. So I think it glitched out when we tuned the gear ratio. It does that sometimes. And then if you like that one, you're going to love this one. Let me find it. It is called a... Also, if I'm getting the names wrong, here's all the mods that I use. You can just copy the names. So if I showcase it and you want it, then you can get them all. from typing in these names. Okay, here it is. This is called the 2020 Hirachi CCF. There's different versions. I mean, there's so many versions of this car. My favorite one is this one because it's fast. It has enough power for me. But there's like police ones. There's off-road ones. I haven't tried the off-road one, but it will do decent for off-roading. It's not terrible. Okay, so here is the car. And this thing has so many safety features and it looks amazing on the inside. So if you like that other SUV, but you just want more power, and we didn't even use this, so that's just a FYI. The windows go down, as you can see. The windows go down. I don't know what that is. We're going off-roading. There's something right there. I haven't tried all the... Okay, but we just crashed. So let me show you guys what happens when you crash with this one, because it's pretty realistic. I like it more than the other one. When you crash... Normally there's like a siren that goes off, but also if you're about to crash into a car, it'll automatically brake for you, so you don't crash, which is a really cool, like, modern feature. Okay, I got this one from Modland, because on Modland you can get, like, it's called this, so if you want to get it, just search that up. But this is the YB version for the, I don't know what that stands for, young boy. I have no clue. But this thing does not have enough power at all, so I always have to give it a little bit more power as well. I don't recommend going up to 10 engine power, probably like 5 maximum, because it's just too much. But this thing is a beast when it comes to off-roading. I mean, it handles it really well. It's basically the Dune Kicker as well, except it's on steroids too. This thing's, I would say it's better than the Dune Kicker. I mean, they put up a good fight. The Dune Kicker is definitely faster if you don't use the car scaler thing, but you can see this thing doesn't even feel the bumps, guys. It's just like it's gliding on air. I don't even think the wheels are going up into the air. Like it literally just glides in the air. It's like an angel, guys. Like, look at that. But the thing about this one is its suspension is not very strong. Like it'll handle basic off-roading like what we're doing right now, but once you send it up into the air like that, it'll sometimes break. Only the wheel came off though. And our front bumper is cooked. But only the wheel came off, it's still fully functional, steering and everything. This is probably one of my favorite mods, just because it's so reliable, and it can just handle pretty much every bump that you handle at it. Like, if you're doing massive jumps, I would go with the other one I was talking about, the other Dune Kicker thing I was talking about. But if you're just want some nice gliding, water-like bumps, then I would definitely go with this one. Next is a monster truck mod. Almost every Beamng player has the monster truck mod. It's just because it's a really reliable, good-ish off-roader. It does need some help with that, but it's still amazing, and I love it a lot. So let's try it out. I haven't used it for a while. I used to have customs on this, but I guess not. I guess it disappeared. And again, the monster truck isn't very fast itself, so what you can do is give it a little bit more engine power, you know? Put that gear ratio a lot for the monster truck. It needs to go down a little bit more, because it only has 80 mile an hour cap. But then it'll just rip 2 wheelies, and yeah, of course it's gonna handle these little baby bumps fine. The inside's probably like, yeah, it's pretty smooth on here. Let's see how fast we can get the monster truck. We're gonna go 10. We're gonna put the gear ratio down to that. So basically what gear ratio is it uncaps the speed limit. That's pretty much what it is. I think that gear ratio is too far down, so we go there. Yeah, it just does not like it, so we'll have to do a different vehicle. Next is the mods for this. I don't know where I got these. Maybe just search up twin. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the stuff for it. Maybe this will say something where to get it from. But this is an amazing vehicle. If you ever wanted to flex on your friends or something fast, I'd say this is the way to go. I mean, this thing just does wheelies really easy. Look at that. That's crazy. You gotta be careful though, you will flip it. And these a wheelie bar, I have wheelie bars, but it kind of glitches into the ground because of how much power it has. It's pretty fast. I have way faster vehicles, but this is still, like, for no jet engine, it's pretty fast. Yeah, we have jet engine cars coming up, guys, don't worry. We'll do it right after this. Yeah, amazing mod, super realistic crash physics. If you ever wanted to, you know, soup up somebody, this is definitely the way to go, man. Now we have this thing, so just search up this on Beamng, and this is one of those vehicles that are just too fast. It's the fastest vehicle I probably have, but I have better vehicles that have way better control at higher speeds than this, so I probably don't recommend getting this one. But if you ever wanted to go fast with a jet engine on the back, 2 jet engines, then sure, use it. It does have pretty good control if you have a long enough strip, but it just starts to just not be able to keep up. Holy crap. That was a pretty crazy crash. I have no idea what this thing is called, but I have a lot of thanks for the Granville D series because it's just a classic truck and you can pretty much get anything on there. We have something called a NASA truck. Okay, this is probably my favorite Granville D series mod that I have. It's a literal NASA engine in it. I have one that has a jet engine on the back of it, but this thing's crazy, guys. Whoa! Yo, remember like Mach 5. It's insane, I know. So remember how I said jet trucks? Yeah, I have jet trucks. So this is not a jet, but this is a turbine engine for a helicopter, and then there's a jet engine. You can't see it, but it's in there. Let's see if I can actually rip this off. No, it's just solid on there, but here, we'll rev that jet engine up. You can hear it. That's not the turbine engine. There's a jet in there, I promise. It's pretty fast. That's not even with the NOS either. The NOS just makes it spin out pretty much. If this was all-wheel drive, I'd call this a beast. And what this is a lot of mods combined together, but this is like a really heavy-duty front bumper and stuff. As proof that this does have a jet engine in it, I can show you. So we have a universal jet engine by Ashmaker. And there it is. And then we have a carbine engine or a turbine engine right there. So there's the jet, there's the helicopter engine, and then here is the jet engine. So it's in there, you can just barely see it, so yeah. Next we have something called the SPM EPX. It's an electric four-wheeler thing. I don't know what you call them, I forgot. But pretty much what it is just the Hirachi, just a little bit slower and electric. So let's try it out. It has really good suspension. I don't recommend you tuning this with this thing, because if you do, it'll just like break whenever you go too fast. I don't know why it does that. It just does. With all electric cars, it'll do that. But this thing has some pretty solid suspension for the size. And just an overall really good compatible vehicle. If you ever wanted a smooth ride, or kind of smooth ride, then maybe this isn't really a worth it mod. It's alright, it's quiet, it gets the job done, and yeah. It's also a fun vehicle. It can handle basic tasks, we'll just say that. Now, your first time getting this mod, it'll take a little bit to load the textures in. I don't know why this mod does that, but it doesn't like pre-download the vehicle textures. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let's go to the next one. Next, we have a military vehicle. I mean, these are just amazing vehicles. I like them a lot. And they're just reliable, very reliable trucks. They get the jobs done. And, just one of my favorite vehicles. So let's try it out, man. All right, so here it is. I do recommend again. This thing does not have much speed, in my opinion. So turn down the gear ratio, whatever you got to do. The inside is kind of realistic. I don't know if this is how a Humvee looks. My FOV makes it look a little bit weird, but let's put those diffs on. This isn't really a suspension truck. It does have suspension, but it's not meant for. It's meant for rough terrain. It's not meant for baby bumps. Like, you're gonna feel these baby bumps, but this is heavy duty suspension. This isn't meant for off-roading. Okay, so that's why it's gonna be a little bit rough on it. Uh, but it won't break it. It just won't break it at all. It's not all-wheel drive. It's four-wheel. No, it's rear-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive. We just clapped our suspension, by the way. But it's just reliable, gets the job done. If you've ever needed to do some heavy lifting, like put a 30-ton steel coil on the back of a truck and it be able to do what it's doing right now, definitely call this guy in because it's pretty amazing, okay? So let's go to the next. Now this mod is different. So the Thor 24 is a good mod. It seems like a really fun mod, but it's really not. It gets kind of boring and it doesn't have the power you would think. Let me explain. So if you ever wanted a really fast, a really good, well-made mod, this is the Thor 24. You can get this on Beamng as well. It's supercharged, 3 superchargers. I think these are diesel V12s or V8s. It's V24, so V8s, I think. And then it has 3 superchargers, 3 turbochargers with anti-lag. It has everything. You'd think this is be making like thousands of horsepower, but it can pull pretty well. But it's just not as fast as you would hope, I guess. As you can see, it's really disappointing in my opinion. But it gets pretty fast, and if you ever needed like a really heavy load that just no other truck can handle, definitely get the Thor, bro. This thing is crazy. And, surprisingly for being, a solid axle truck, it can off-road, I guess. Not very well, but you'll feel those bumps and probably break your drive shaft where the wheels will just fall off. Those wheels are actually really strong. What the heck? The front wheel broke. 120 in a semi, guys. 120 in a semi. It has so much power that it leans to the side. That's probably that broken wheel, though. Ooh, look how strong it is. I mean, come on. No other truck could handle this, right? What the heck? How is it still going? I don't know. I really do not know. It's kind of hard to understand the Thor, guys. But it gets your job done if you ever need some heavy semi-lift. Okay, this is going to be our last mod. This is the 18 turbo whistle and diesel truck. I was able to find it luckily, and it's a pretty good beast. I like it a lot. All right, here it is. 18 turbos. It's a beast. Do not go off-roading with it because those turbos might fall off. But yeah, all the turbos spin. Every turbo spins, as you can see. Every turbo does provide a little bit of boost. This is probably equivalent to like 2 big turbos or 2 turbos. Technically smaller is better because then you don't get anti-lag. $120 in a fat truck, dude. This is like your dad's truck, guys. This is what your dad would typically drive. 130, that's not bad. Okay, let's use this. Let's tune it. Let's see if this will give it a little bit. Let's put strength on. Let's get some of that. You know what fixes? Yeah, I tried to find the grippiest tires I could, and dude, it still spins out. That would have helped a lot, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you want to find any of them, just type in the truck name that I showed or the car name on the Beamng website or inside of the Beamng's respiratory or automation, and the mod should show up. If you have any trouble, let me know. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.